Welcome to the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, where we bring you a weekly dose of powerlifting news, tips, and training advice with a touch of 80s rock ballads. This podcast is presented by Team Rohr Powerlifting, your source of the most comprehensive coaching and meet day preparation. Here are your hosts, Josh Rohr and Lara Sturm.
Welcome to this week's podcast. This is week 20, and this is the family edition. I'm one of your hosts, Lara Sturm.
And I'm Josh Rohr. Welcome to the podcast. Awkward silence.
Great Thanksgiving. So this is our family episode. So we have brought some people that are special to us. And the person that's special to me is the love of my life, Dan Sturm. Say hi.
Howdy, howdy.
So he has been a lifter, but he is mostly known for his behind the scenes setup and extraordinaire, worker of the deadlift jack platform, manager extraordinaire, has spotted and loaded at many meets, being voluntold to work.
Voluntold.
Voluntold
sure.
is so true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so is Hope Rohr. She's a voluntold.
Yep.
For sure.
Which is the segue to our other guest, Mrs. Hope Rohr. My better half, most likely everybody would agree.
The tired half today, you
Yep.
know.
So she also was a lifter. She's the one that does all the scorecards before the meets, orders all the t-shirts, sorts them, runs the booth, just all the behind the scenes administrative things for the meets that we put on. So pretty stoked that you guys are here.
I'm retired, by the way.
So, yeah, so am I.
From meat stuff. I'm retired meat behind the scenes lady.
Yeah, but Hope Rohr was the person who would be snapping necks when anybody had something going on. Who had anything to say about me?
Yep. She's the enforcer.
I'm always the enforcer.
Yes. And then Dan Rohr got literally stuck with some shitty jobs at some meets that I've held, where the toilets got backed up, where the porta potty got, yeah.
Dan Rohr,
Right
huh?
on. Dan Rohr, did I say that? Did I say that?
You did.
Oh, see, I'm reading.
Like
You do
Uncle
have an Uncle
Jeremy.
Dan, though.
I have an Uncle Jeremy, right? I call Jeremy Hartman Uncle Jeremy. Why?
Uncle
I don't
Jerry.
know. I don't know why I call him that. It's strange. I'm quite a bit older than him. You know. Just
I
a
don't
bit
know.
But y'all have reached the subject of the stand. Y'all talked about that on the
Yeah,
podcast.
we talked. Yeah, so for those of you listening, we referenced a Stan Sturm back in the day. This is the true identity of Stan, Dan.
Yeah. Josh told Jeremy that my name was Stan, not Dan. So because it was close enough. And all weekend he kept calling me Stan until the end of the weekend. That was Louisiana. It was in Baton Rouge, right? It was at Women's Nationals.
It was more than once. I don't know. I've been planting that idea for a long time, and it's stuck because he still thinks your name's Stan sometimes.
I think he knows my real name. I've commented enough on his Instagram and his Facebook. He sees my name.
So now I just got to figure out how to hack your Facebook and change your name on Facebook to Stan.
I could do. Oh, I'll totally do it for you. I don't care. I could care less about it. You know. If I did not have a business, I probably wouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's why I'm not on Facebook. Bah.
That's right.
Hello.
It is good though to be able to go back and look at pictures and have some kind of chronological order of, hey, when did that happen? You remember that meet we're in? You remember? That's what I like Facebook about.
Yeah, true.
Lots of memories on meets. So I wanted to have Dan share his favorite Josh Rohr story.
You know, it was a state meet. It was a state meet, right?
It's
Josh?
always the state
I mean,
meet.
it was always a state meet, and the computers kept messing up bad, and things were backing up, and I was spotting and loading. I'm sure we were super tired. Josh was getting mad about the computers going down, right? I mean, it screws up the meet, right? It slows it down, and you know, so we were starting to go to cards, and he was like, hey, you know, kind of like, I don't know what to do. So he took a kilo conversion chart, which just tells you pounds to kilograms, right? Doesn't tell you how to load the bar. and throws it at me and says, read the effing chart like that, which did no good how to load the bar. But anyway, so it is one of my favorite memories, and I do remind him of it often. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I guess you had to kind of be. I guess you had to be there. You know.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Do you
things.
remember it Do you remember it a different way, or am I just making up?
Well, I remember.
How do you remember
So
it?
in my mind, I remember thinking, "What the heck is wrong with the spotters? Just load the weight. Like, what are you guys doing?" So then I remember very distinctly going to the little thing and pulling out a loading chart and tossing it gently to you guys and saying, "Just use the chart." So
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
It was definitely not like that. I was there.
Right. I'm telling you my,
you were pissed. I mean, but understand.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
were pissed.
I'm telling you my
know.
version. So
Sure.
that's how it played in my head, but you are 100% correct. That's how it actually happened. I threw a loading or a kilo conversion chart at you, which does nothing. Yeah. Anyway.
Because everything's in kilos anyway, right?
Right.
I mean, that's not gonna help me. It's not gonna help me load a bar.
Right. So that's always it's always a fun memory to be reminded of. Me losing my mind.
Right.
And, anyway.
Yeah.
It's been a good vacation from events this year, huh?
Yeah.
Not losing your mind. So he has sanity.
I have some.
Hey, question. Remember the me and Butter, we built those platforms for collegians that year?
Yep.
It was that monstrosity of a thing that we built with the PVC.
Yep.
Whatever happened to all that? I mean, because it was some real bro engineering in my driveway, how to line those all up. And did they just get?
They were so they were in storage in Thunderdome for a long time. And then when we moved everything to the basement, they became a really heavy duty TV stand. Mm-hmm. And then about
the heavy duty TV stand known to man.
Yeah. And then about a month ago, we took them down to Nate in Savannah. He actually bought them and he's going to use them in his gym.
For a raised platform?
Or 5 months ago. But COVID, there's no timeline. It's just all over the place.
Right. It's a space-time continuum.
Yeah. So they're in Savannah now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
With the PVC and everything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They almost turned into a raised bed. I almost did that with them. Sorry, Dan.
That'd be a hell of a bed. I'm just telling you. Those were bulletproof.
And we do it big.
No,
nothing's going to get into
Dan
ours.
does it big for sure.
I don't know how they ever went back together once they came apart. I mean, we built it, but then I don't know how the.
Well, we never took the segments apart. We just loosened them so that we could pull them apart. So each wall was still put together.
Okay.
So it wasn't.
They were dovetailed together.
Yeah. So they stayed dovetailed together like that. They just weren't tight.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we took it all the way apart, it would have been.
No, you would have never got it back together all the way.
Yeah, for sure.
That was.
But yeah, those things were a rock. Like people still when I ask them about the best raised platform they ever lifted on, they still say that because it's built like a tank. Like a lot of the ones that just like the hotel risers and some of those things, they'll move under, kind of vibrate and shake underneath you. But this thing was solid as a rock. So
no, it was good. It was good.
Squat and it bounces.
Yeah, me and Butterbur had a good time doing that because it wasn't I don't know that I could have pulled it off by myself. I don't know that he may have pulled it off by himself, but I think together it was a good bro project. And I believe I got a few tools out of the thing. I think I bought some stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was the building at the podium.
Oh, the podium, yeah, right. Yeah, it's still alive. The podium. Still well and good.
Yeah, the podium's still alive and well, for sure.
It's a great podium.
There's no plans out on the internet officially for a podium, for a lifting podium. So I kind of had to build it like I would a cabinet and then skinned it and spent way too much time on it.
Yep. Cool.
It's light. It's movable, right?
Oh yeah, it's super, super.
And the wheels are helpful.
Yeah, that was a nice touch, putting wheels and a little handle on it.
You know where that idea came from was jerk boxes. I made some jerk boxes years and years and years I don't know, 13, 14 years ago. I made some jerk boxes and had them in my garage, and I had those little caster things with slider bits on them, and they weighed as much as a tank. And then somebody said, "Oh man, you got to put like some feet on, some little casters on the other end." I was like, and then made a handle. Best idea ever.
Yeah.
Normal.
So let's shift gears real quick. Dan, what's your favorite lifting moment or memory?
For me personally, lifting.
Yeah.
Or just
for you as a lifter.
Okay. It was, I believe it was Warner Robbins, and I was pulling. I still have the video, but it was Warner Robbins, right? And I was pulling, and Pete Bush was platform managing, or he was spotting and loading, and I was pulling. The most I pulled was 200K, and he was yelling at me, "Keep pulling." And for me personally, that was my best. I still remember. I still got the video. It was cool.
Yeah, Pete's awesome.
Well, it's not the most I ever squatted, for sure. That was at that meet that didn't go great.
American Open.
The airport. Yeah, American Open. Yeah, that's the most I ever squatted. That was my record for a while. I'm sure it's been beat by now. But for me personally, I still remember that was a fond memory. That meet. That was a good meet.
Cool.
So Hope, what was your favorite lifting memory?
Wow. So I guess I don't think you introduced that I actually lifted at all. Did you? Oh, okay.
It's the very first thing on the list up there.
Well, you just said lifter. You like skimmed over it. So we've known each other since college, for people who don't know that. And we were RAs, and he talked me into being a lifter. So I went from being a competitive cross country and track runner to powerlifting. And so my very first powerlifting meet was down in West Virginia, is where he took me.
West Virginia.
2 months. Yeah. Like 2 months.
That's random.
This is when we were still in Ohio.
Yeah, we were in Ohio. So 2 months before before collegiates, I think, maybe even 6 weeks. It was really close. Anyway, so somebody had made me a CD at the time, because that's what was cool. It was CDs. And I was listening to it, and I was getting into my music, but like one of the songs on there was, I'm a singer, I like to sing, and was Roller Coaster of Love, So I'm like singing Love Roller Coaster on the bench, like during deadlift, when people are trying to get psyched up, and Josh comes over and he was like, "You're disturbing other people.
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me," basically. And so I would say that's probably one of my favorite, lifting moments, because that's the most me. You put a weird cardio kid into a lifting scenario, it just doesn't work super well. So yeah, that's my favorite lifting moment. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah. In a YMCA, like it was.
Yeah, it's just a big gym floor.
It was a gym floor. I mean, powerlifting was way different pre-Josh Rohr, before things got like super fancy and big screens and projectors and lights and fog. And
I don't think they even had computers at that meet. It was just all done on
cards.
Cards. Yeah. But that's my favorite memory. But he hated me being on his powerlifting team in college, because
were y'all an item? Was there any love interest?
No, not at all.
No love interest.
No.
You were just some rando chick.
Yeah.
I was the rando chick that never went away, and he was the rando guy that like never went away. So basically, he was into our mutual friend, Jen, and I was.
We're going there on the podcast. Huh?
Sorry.
No, rabbit hole.
And I was the chaperone, because Jen was not into Josh, and like. Exactly. So we're in college, and we're sitting we're sitting on the couch, and then eventually Jen stopped coming, but we kept watching movies with each other and became friends. But we didn't start dating until 2012 when I moved to Georgia. Like
I remember that.
about
I
this
remember.
time of 2012 actually. So that's how we became an item. So back in 2004, Josh had no interest in me at all.
That is correct.
That's okay.
Wow. And I feel like you're going to hear about that later, Hope, how you share that. You're going to pay the price for that later.
But everybody knows this story, so
Well, now,
like,
I
now
didn't.
everybody knows.
that's okay. That's all right.
All 4 listeners that we
Yes.
have.
That's
And
okay.
Mark-
And one of our
and
4
Mark Furman?
listeners, Mark Furman, yeah,
Mark-
corrected us on, what was it? The kilos to pounds thing that we
Yeah.
said last week.
Yeah. So last
Pounds
week
to
I
kilos.
said, last week I said the conversion from pounds to kilos, you multiply pounds by 2.2046. That was incorrect. I said it backwards. You multiply kilos by 2.2046 to get pounds. So
Rookie mistake.
I might have been the first one that did that. last week. I
Math
don't
is
know.
hard. Math is hard. Math.
It's like that weird time at the state meet.
which
Correct.
I already forgot what, and that was already over my head. I forgot. Put it out of my
Here's a
mind.
chart. Use it.
Yeah,
Read the effing chart. Read the effing
Yeah.
chart.
it's okay.
Easy.
We'll forgive you, Josh.
All right,
So-
Josh Rohr, what's your favorite lifting moment?
Personally, my favorite lifting moment was, I have 2. Winning my first collegiate nationals in 2004, and I would say equally what's the word, equally
Awesome.
I like it as much would be 2000.
It's not a word, but okay.
Yeah, 2006. I won my second collegiates, but the part that really stood out was we placed 3rd as a team, and we only had 4 lifters. So we
Ooh.
beat some teams that had
Respectable.
like 20, 30, 40 kids, just because 3 out of 4 of our lifters won that meet.
Nice. Who was that? Was Caleb around then? Was he?
Caleb was around, but he was not lifting at collegiates at that point because he was lifting big in the open division.
So who were the other lifters?
On our team,
Mhm.
so Craig Cook, he was our 148. Jason Schwam was our 198. He ended up winning, and then Justin Lorenzetti was our 275, and he ended up winning.
Nice.
So
Better than 2005.
yeah, that was 2005. Well, that's the one that we both went to.
We both bombed out.
4 out of, so that year we had 5 lifters go, and 4 of us bombed out.
What'd you bomb on? Bench?
Squat.
Squat.
Squat?
We had one
Not
bomb
making
on
depth?
bench, and I think 3 bomb on squat and 1 bomb on bench.
Yeah, I lost too much weight. So when you
Think wasn't
lose,
fitting?
my suit was way too loose, and yeah, I had a sad moment outside by myself for like 2 hours by the pool.
Yeah.
I was sad. I
Yeah,
didn't know
so-
you could finish the meet. I just pouted instead.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a letdown in 2005, but it happens.
In between 2 collegiate national championships.
Was that the only meet you've ever bombed out of, Josh?
It is. Knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but that was the only one.
What were you called on?
Well,
Mm.
the story is
What had
What had
happened?
happened was.
what had happened was, so on the opener, the guy rapping me it was his first time rapping in a meet, and he didn't realize that the timing of everything. And I don't know if he thought that I was going to tell him when to start rapping or what, but basically they called me up before he started rapping. So by the time I got out to the bar, I had timed out. So that was my opener. And then the second one, he accidentally went up in weight when he turned in his
So
second
you
attempt.
you didn't say the same.
No. Yeah, the plan was to stay the same, but I think he thought it was something like it went from I don't know, it was something that was similar, like 240 to 250 or something like that. It was an even jump, but it wasn't the same, obviously. So anyway, second attempt, he wrapped me early because he was worried about missing it. And I was like wrapped 10 lifters out. So, so by the time I got to the bar, I couldn't even feel my legs. And I got it unracked and got the start command. I got it unracked and got the start command. I got it unracked and got the start command and just got crushed. And then third attempt, everything was perfect and went down, came back up and got called 2-1 on depth. So, so I had every opportunity to make the third attempt and I should have. So that was on me. So,
yeah.
Well, that's why you want to have 2 attempts.
Yeah, but I mean, a guy at collegians being the first meet he ever wrapped at, I mean, that's.
Yeah, well, that was on me. I'm not sure he was necessarily wanting to do that, but I just told him like, hey, you're wrapping me. And
Josh was pretty scary in college. Let's be honest. Like he came off of like a collegiate national meet and he was like so focused. He had just gone to Worlds and you got third at Worlds?
Fourth, the first
fourth at the first World. So like he was so focused and everything. And we were just like a bunch of screw ups in the gym, like dicking around because like that's what we were. So Josh might have been a little scary for the rest of us.
Glasses on or glasses off, Josh? Glasses on or off?
it was definitely glasses off.
Yeah.
Glasses off. Oh,
Yes.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my first meet, I was also lifting and Josh was lifting. And, Josh had coached me for, I think it was like 10 weeks up to that point. And then there was, Coach Josh. And then at the meet, he didn't have glasses on. And it was like different person. And it was definitely scary. I remember
glasses off, Josh. It's totally different.
There's lifter Josh and there's Coach Josh.
Mm-hmm.
2 totally different people. Way more serious. Way like you don't talk to him. He's in his own world. No.
That's why we didn't date in 2004.
Where the hell is she going?
I was just being silly.
I'm not sure.
Only for visual people.
Got it. All right, so let's move on to our powerlifting situation.
Mom didn't answer.
Oh, you didn't. You're right, Lara.
No.
Oh, my favorite lifting memory?
Yeah.
Probably NAPF. NAPF, I think.
Yeah,
is the best.
I think we actually talked about yours a couple episodes ago.
Because I was
That
just
was a
like
good meet.
my second equip meet. I think I went 9 for 9 in my first IPF meet. And I ended up getting best lifter, never got my trophy. Funny story. And then, that whole meet, like we went to Florida. I'm sorry, we're in Florida. We went to the Keys to do some diving and hang out. And then we came back, and on the way back,
July.
Yeah, our wheel tore up and we ended up breaking down. And
true story. But what I remember about that meet vividly to this day, besides the trip down to the Keys, was a dude almost cut his toes off and then coming back and pulling for the hood. Remember that?
Yeah.
Bloody foot and all.
Almost cut his toes off. Oh, bloody foot and all. I was like, bro, way to gut it out.
Yeah.
But that was a really great meet.
Yeah. So Dan, I'm gonna throw this week's powerlifting situation at you and get your input. So the question is,
I probably do not know.
No, you will. It's an opinion thing. So your training partners insist on training immediately after Thanksgiving dinner. It's your heavy squat day. Do you eat conservatively or go all out and whatever happens, happens?
Am I training for a meet or am I just farting around?
You're training for a meet.
No, I would probably not eat a whole bunch and then just eat a bunch afterwards. Yeah. I mean, if I was super serious, if I was being super serious, I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pig out because then I would be miserable. I mean, are we equipped or are we raw?
We'll assume equipped.
That's awful.
No way.
That's
no way
awful.
You're getting in a suit. No, that's horrible. That's not even a good question. Come on.
I know, but it's fun. It's fun listening to the answers that people put in on the comments. So we had a lot of people that said, find new training partners that not interfere with family time. Other people say absolutely you train and eat a different time. It's fun watching all the different comments that come back on it.
But if you're serious, you don't pig out, you train hard, and then you come and do the fun eating later. But
Yeah, so I think I actually have two different answers. I would say 2013 and before Josh would have definitely eat just a little bit and train. 2013 and after Josh would be like, you know what, who cares? Eat if you throw up training, you throw up training.
That's terrible when you're squatting and they like they go down at the bottom and they just like projectile out. Oh, it's the worst.
You're just gonna put
my
on
wife knows how much I like. I love barf videos. I love barf videos. True story.
He thought it was the best thing ever when Chris Elmore barfed on the platform at
He did.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, wow.
We watched the video over a few times. So kudos, Chris.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I would have cried. I would have totally ran off the platform and cried and peed myself or something.
Would not have cried. No, not buying it.
No, but I've also seen you pee yourself on a platform and just kept pulling and didn't. Yeah, totally. You and never missed a lick. If I ever did that, you'd never see it again. I would be mortified.
So here's my official statement on that. And I've told many people this. They get embarrassed and stop pulling or whatever, like in training, if they start peeing their pants a little bit. I've told all of them, I go, look, this is your strike one. I go, if you ever stop pulling again just because you're peeing your pants, like I'm going to be severely disappointed.
If peeing your pants were cool, consider me Miles
Yeah.
Davis.
True story. Caleb said you're not a real lifter until you crap yourself squatting.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I can't say I agree that that's the threshold.
He told I don't remember the whole story, but he told me about a time he was like in Russia or somewhere, and
he got called the drug test.
Yeah, it went really bad.
It's happened to more people than you would think. It's happened to me. Let's just put it out there. But it is what it is.
Ditto.
Yeah. Yes,
Does
Lara.
a shirt count?
What's that?
Does a shirt count?
No, we're talking full poop.
No, like full.
We're talking full poop.
No. No.
All right, I'm getting uncomfortable with this topic of
Oh
conversation.
yeah, because I'm your wife. That's right. When I was just a rando lifter, then you're like, yeah, good for you,
Rando. That's a great word. It's one of my favorite words. I probably use it daily. Rando.
The magic is gone.
So, Lara, hey, let's move on to your top 5 lifting songs. We said your top 4 or your top. We've done 5 and 4. What's number 3?
So number 3, lifting songs that I have to have on my playlist walking out to the platform. My 80s song, Scorpions, The Zoo.
Yes, I love that.
That's
song.
just a good, I like to pace kind of at the, just kind of pace back and forth as I'm about to go. You get in the chalk on your hands and you just head down, a little, random head banging just a little bit. And then it's go time. And that's kind of my, more like getting ready for benching. Like you're a little bit more serious, a little bit more focused, but a little less pain involved.
Yeah, you're right up my alley now. Scorpions.
80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd be more of a Kenny Loggins kind of guy.
Well, so we talked about this. Last week. Like,
I mean, not Billy Ocean. I'm not saying Billy Ocean.
No, Billy Ocean is on mine too. But I mean, hey, we'll get to me later.
Caribbean Queen or what?
You just have to wait till we do Josh's top 5 of non-power
One
ballads.
more shot. Shh.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
That's a good one too.
Cool. Well, anybody have anything interesting to add for the sake of the cause?
Nothing interesting. Totally, I'm uninteresting.
Same.
I'm just so tired. 34-hour shift. I'm ready.
What? No, sleeping 34 hours.
I took a 2-hour nap. I'm sorry, I'm moving. I'm just trying to maintain awakeness.
horrible.
I took a
No,
2-hour
that's
nap
horrible.
and 4 babies within like 3 hours, and then another one right before I.
So
did this.
for those that don't know, Hope is a nurse midwife. She delivers babies. So when she's talking about babies, that's why.
Legitimate baby.
Catch. That's what that was.
That's a lot of work. No,
Anyone
thank you.
who's listening wouldn't get that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used me to catch
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Catching babies. Wow.
All right.
Have a great
Well,
Thanksgiving, everyone.
yeah,
Have a
Dan
lot
and
of
Hope.
good-
Well, I have to say, I probably listen to podcasts every day. If I'm in the truck, I'm listening to podcasts. Not when I'm working, but when I'm driving. I have multiple that I listen to, and I've been referenced on a couple of podcasts, but I've never actually been on one. So
So let me ask you this: have you listened to any of the episodes of this one?
all of them.
Oh, for real?
It's on my heavy rotation. Heavy rotation. Now,
I was
listen to
actually
one.
expecting that to be no. I haven't listened to it before.
Well, most of mine are like entrepreneurial, businessy kind of
Yeah.
stuff and stoic-y philosophy stuff. But anyway, thanks for letting me come on today. I had fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped listening after Jeremy's episode. The
Uncle
world. Well, the world kind of opened up a little bit more, and I changed jobs, and like I've got to binge it, I guess. Do you binge podcasts like you do
Sure,
with
I do it
like
all the
Netflix
time. All the
or
time. All the time. All the time.
I don't know. I
I do it all
personally
the time.
prefer to watch it on YouTube though, because I like to watch people's facial expressions the best. So yeah.
True.
Oh.
All right.
And I'm
Well, we're
doing weird stuff.
gonna wrap it up there. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at PL Ballads Podcast. And if you have any topics of conversation, shoot us an email, plballadspodcast@gmail.com. Dan, Laura, Hope, thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Powerlifting and Power Ballads podcast, please remember to subscribe and share it with your friends.